All right. So when I started recording these videos, it's kind of like, not that I got a bunch of viewers, but it's specific things I didn't want to talk about, mainly sports, because I feel like a lot of people are ignorant as hell when it comes to sports. Like, they don't really know sports, right? I have to touch on this briefly. This is not going to be a long video, but I have to touch on this. So, Asante Samuel, if you don't know him, he was a cornerback. Asante Samuel was the man. Pick Six City. Like, he was nice like that, right? Asante Samuel got in his bag and said that he better than Deion Sanders. Just as good, if not better, right? He said the numbers don't lie, right? If y'all watched the previous videos, I always say my age. I'm 40, right? So I was a young bull watching Deion Sanders, but you are talking to a huge Deion Sanders fan. My favorite team, the Cowboys. Imagine young Trey, hyper like that Deion was on the Cowboys. Like, you gotta put respect on Deion's name, right? I love it. I love Deion. Don't get it fucked up, right? But Asante Samuel said the numbers don't lie, right? Now I hear people say, oh, well, you heard Shannon Sharp, cooning as usual. I don't really fuck with Shannon Sharp like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. He kind of coonish. I ain't gonna get into that, but I heard Shannon Sharp say, oh, they wouldn't even throw to Deion's side. Yo, do y'all realize that for a long time, I know I'm just a regular dude, but just listen to me. I've been watching sports, and I'm not the only person that feels like that. Even players feel like that. Yo, it has been a lot of bad coaching in America my whole life, from every level, whether it's youth, high school, college, or pros. There has been a lot of bad coaching and a lot of bad trends where you get these coaches, they don't coach to the player, they coach towards their system, and the greatest coaches know how to adapt their system towards the players, right? So I think Asante Samuel was a legendary corner. He had a legendary run. But it's too many times we try to compare. And I know it's human nature that we just try to compare shit. I get it. We all got to say, oh, well, this is better than this. Coke is better than Pepsi. I get it. When you dealing with certain positions and certain top-notch elite athletes, yo, it's just a tier. And then from there, you pick and choose. What do you find more favorable? You know what I mean? I'm not here to say Asante Samuel was close to the specimen of athlete that Deion Sanders was. Deion Sanders, a lot of people don't know this. Everybody know that Deion Sanders played baseball. What people don't know about Deion Sanders, and I was a big Deion Sanders fan, yo, if the Braves won the World Series, do y'all know that Deion Sanders probably would have got MVP? I'm not capping. If you go and look at Deion Sanders' numbers playing baseball in the World Series, yo, he was batting well over 300. I think he had a home run, stolen base. Deion would have got MVP. And that's crazy. When you talk about the most dominant athletes I ever seen in my life, Bo Jackson had a short run, but he was dominating. Deion Sanders is probably the greatest athlete I ever watched in my life for the sheer fact he literally did it in baseball and football. I'm not taking that away, but in this specific topic with Asante Samuel and Deion Sanders, we're talking about the cornerback position. Yo, despite what anybody says, Asante Samuel has the right to feel that way. Darrelle Revis has the right to feel that way. Champ Bailey has the right to feel that way. Charles Woodson these are elite, great corners. And a lot of times, being as though I'm 40, I was around for the Jordan campaign. No disrespect, I was around for the Deion campaign. They had campaigns for Charles Barkley. Nike's marketing is the reason why, well, the stock is down now. Nike stock is down, but that's a whole nother story. But Nike's marketing was amazing. They was Nike and Nike athletes got the game to where it is. Because people don't remember, you could talk to your parents, your grandparents. Football and basketball wasn't always the most popular in sports. A lot of people don't know, before Larry Bird and Magic Johnson got to the NBA was fucking not popular at all. Football was not always popular like that. A lot of times when you look at American boxing, or not American boxing, but boxing in general, and you look at the heavyweight division, you say, damn, where are all the great heavyweights? Like R.I.P. George Foreman. Well, they play football now. They play defensive end. If football wasn't so popping, Myles Garrett probably be knocking niggas out in the ring. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, dudes my age and older, I'm 40, they'll lie to the young bulls and they'll have revisionist history where something that happened when they were young, nothing can surpass that. And a lot of that has to do with Nike marketing, bro. I gotta take a sip of this. Do I think Asante Samuel could run a 4.2? No, I don't. Do I believe all those athletic stories about Deion? Yes, I do. You could listen. You ain't have to be there. And I was young watching Deion. You can go on YouTube and watch Deion. Deion is burning people. But a lot of that had to do with bad coaching because there were ways where you could attack Deion on the field. I'm not saying that the whole time your wide receiver would get off on Deion. There were ways to attack him. And the thing that you do, you don't never really, like, I watched it with Darrelle Revis. Darrelle Revis went down a list of shutting down wide receivers. Yeah, but like with Deion, it was seasons, multiple seasons, where they wouldn't even throw to his side. To me, that's bad coaching. Because if you watch it, and they even got film breakdown on YouTube, if you're not throwing the Deion side, at least run the Deion side. They would just, the whole game plan would be keep Deion out of it. Keep him out the mix. I don't think that was always, because I watched Deion go against premier wide receivers. I'm not saying Jerry Rice and Michael Irvin and Andre Reed and these dudes got busy, but you could see they could hold their own with Deion. Now, a lot of times, some of them old school quarterbacks just wasn't like that. They couldn't make the throws. That's just this is a factual shit. I literally, like, when you get dudes up in age, they lie about how much sports they consume. Niggas be 40 and don't watch full games. They fall asleep like a grandpa, bro. So imagine what they was doing as young bulls. You think they was watching full games, full seasons at 16? No. That's why they have these Nike ideologies where Nike built up a player so they believe the hype type shit. That's literally what it is. Not taking nothing away from Deion, not taking nothing away from Jordan. It's not even a Jordan and a LeBron debate. Jordan had some of the most legendary moments I have ever seen a basketball player have. Period. You cannot take that away from him. Jordan was an amazing player, one of the greatest players I ever seen. I remember being a young bull, and I wasn't the only person that felt like this. I remember being a young bull and thinking like, damn, man, I would like to see Reggie Miller win the chip. Nigga, Jordan wasn't having that. He was not having that shit. I remember thinking like, damn, that shit would be cool if like John Starks and Pat Ewing got a chip. Nigga, no. Jordan wasn't having that. Phoenix Suns. Damn. First of all, this for the old heads. Yo, when Charles Barkley was on the Phoenix Suns, that was a banging ass Phoenix Suns team with Dan Marley and Kevin Johnson. And then Barkley had one of the best pairs of Barkleys that Nike produced for him. Don't get it fucked up. A lot of us wanted to see Charles Barkley get at least one ring. People would never admit that shit now, bro. They'll act like they was the craziest Jordan fans. Yo, in our era, we wanted to see some of these other niggas get chips, but Jordan was in the way. I'm not saying Jordan carried the Bulls. I'm not getting into the specifics of the shit. But Jordan stopped a lot of shit. But in the Jordan era and in the Deion era, they were the most athletic at their position. Asante Samuel has never been the most athletic corner ever. Period. His productivity keeps up with Deion Sanders. You have to respect it. I wish we could have a real conversation about cornerbacks in the NFL, because a lot of these cornerbacks, they just nice like that, bro. And once you get to comparing who's better, it's to me, it's an asinine conversation to have, because once they reach a certain level, it's just about picking who you like the best. I cannot sit here as a crazy growing up Deion Sanders fan say Deion Sanders was better than Champ Bailey. I can't. Deion Sanders had this. Is Deion Sanders swagger? Deion Sanders had a swagger when I was young bull. They can't even compare it to right now, bro. They can't. Like, Deion was really that bull. Like, his swagger, what he did. Like, when you think about a lockdown corner, A lot of people argue, and I agree. Yo, lockdown corner came from Deion Sanders. But that was just the latest terminology. It might have been like a lot of stuff, like maybe it was a lockdown corner in the 80s. I don't really know. But corners after Deion Sanders, yo, they had shit on lock. Yo, if you was around for prime Champ Bailey had the shit on clamps, bro. I think I might have made a mistake and said Rod Woodson earlier in the video, but I meant Charles Woodson. Charles Woodson had the shit on clamps, bro. And like, I'm not even gonna talk about like now. This is where when you consume a lot of sports, you can kind of see multiple arguments. So a lot of times, and I'm not comparing this corner that I'm about to say to Deion Sanders. I'm not. Because some people watching this video gonna hear me say this and like, oh, this nigga tripping. I'm not comparing this bull to Deion Sanders. But when they bring up the logic of, yo, they wouldn't even throw the Deion side. That's how cold he was. That's what an old nigga say. And I'm an old nigga. But some of these old niggas is just fossils, bro. I'm not a fossil. I'm an old nigga. Like, you ever watch a Japanese film or a Chinese film, and it's like the kung fu nigga with the white beard, but he the sharpest nigga? I'm that nigga. These niggas are dinosaurs, bro. When they say, and Shannon Sharp said it, zesty ass nigga. He said they wouldn't even throw the Deion side. Yo, they did that for a corner, quote unquote, that was elite. And you know who it was? It was Nnamdi Asama. Now, I'm recording this on my YouTube channel, but I'm putting this in the Champ's Corner. I'm not going to name my cousins Ibn. Y'all don't know him as Ibn. Daoud Brown in Champ's Corner. Yeah, I'm calling it out. Listen, this is a Facebook video. This is a YouTube video. I'm going to get a little spicy on Facebook. Daoud Brown. Ibn, I'm talking to you. It's your little cousin. What up, though? Jamal. My cousin Jamal. Love him. They both last name Brown. These niggas know exactly what I'm talking about. Yo, on the Raiders, Nnamdi Asama was a god. You know what that had a lot to do with? After a while, they didn't even throw to his side. They just, like, even me, I'm not even going to be fair. Like, this ain't an Eagles-Cowboys thing. Y'all see what I'm drinking out of, though. You know what time it is. Gang shit. But, like, when Nnamdi was on the Raiders, they stopped throwing to his side. So everybody labeled him as a lockdown corner. You know what I mean? And me and one of my best friends, Junie, he in the group chat. He in the Champ's Corner, Junie Gyllenhaal. We would be like, Warren Sapp had a quote and was like, yeah, but he ain't really a lockdown corner. He only know how to play a side. A lot of people didn't like understand that and they didn't care about it. So Nnamdi left the Raiders and went to the Eagles. This ain't no disrespect. This ain't no Eagles hate. This ain't none of that. Because Eagle fans will tell you. When Nnamdi went to the Eagles, he got fucking exposed ungodly. Where it like the Nnamdi Asama changed my conversation. I'm not saying it changed my perception on Deion Sanders, but it made me make a mental note. Like, damn, they don't even throw to a motherfucker side. How they know he really like that? Spam that side. Go to that side. See if your wide receiver one could really get busy. Once Nnamdi went to the Eagles, it was abuse non-stop. Niggas was cooking Nnamdi. It was another corner. This is, like I said, this is not an attack on Eagles, but they had two premier corners that changed how I thought about playing the corner position, because it ain't like the Cowboys. The Cowboys thought they had a lockdown corner in Morris Claiborne. Morris Claiborne was okay his whole career. And we moved up to draft Morris Claiborne. He was okay his whole career, and he was supposed to be a lockdown corner. So this ain't no disrespect. But, like, they thought Byron Maxwell, was that his name? On the Seahawks, corner. I think it was Byron Maxwell. After a while, when Byron Maxwell was on the Seahawks, they just stopped throwing to his side. They just wouldn't throw the dude's side. He had a couple good games in a row, and then they stopped throwing to his side. So everybody's like, well, damn, they don't even throw to his side. He got to be a lockdown corner. He goes from the Seahawks to the Eagles. It's abuse all over the fucking place. It's abuse everywhere. So it does make me think about like Deion Sanders. Like, I'm not saying Byron Maxwell and Nnamdi Asoma are like elite level corners and deserve to be in the same sentence as Deion. But it made me look at it from a perspective of like, yo, coaching is fucking bad. Because a lot of coaches, like whatever coach has success, they all follow the lead type shit. But everything isn't good. Like what's good for one coach isn't good for one coach and isn't good for another system or players. You know what I mean? So a lot of times you got these dudes that are like, oh, he's a lockdown corner. Yo, let's see today, this Sunday, if he gonna be a lockdown corner, or this Monday is he gonna be a lockdown corner, or this Thursday is he gonna be a lockdown corner. You cannot tell if somebody's a lockdown corner if you only targeting them 3 times, bro. I'm sorry. That falls back on the coaching and that falls back on the quarterback play. Because like I said, being 40, I have seen a lot of quarterback play over my life. A lot of quarterbacks were fucking trash, bro. And for the past, let's say 10, all right, you got Tom Brady, you got Peyton Manning, right? So during that era, this is probably the most complete quarterback play I've seen ever in my fucking life. And multiple quarterbacks have really got busy like that. You know what I mean? Like when I was growing up, and I was older, but like they was really trying to tell us that Rick Gannon was nice because he had a strong arm. I want you young niggas to know, if you old enough to know this, yo, Rick Gannon was Jay Cutler, and I got love for Jay Cutler. Yo, Jay Cutler was just a strong arm, bro. Jay Cutler, all he did was spam that Brandon Marshall, bro. Jay Cutler was never like that, bro. You know what I mean? As a Cowboys fan, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, Tony Romo was the best quarterback. But, like, yo, Tony Romo provided dope-ass quarterback. Like, he was a dope-ass quarterback. You got Peyton Manning was a dope-ass quarterback. I show love despite how Eagles fans feel about Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb could get busy. Yo, when they talk about quarterbacks during Deion Sanders' prime, well, let's talk about when he on the Falcons or on the Niners. Yo, quarterback play was fucking garbage, bro. And a lot of things we think about quarterbacks, it had to do with bad habits. Like you see in the upcoming draft, Cam Ward is the best talent by far at quarterback. It's not even close. I have love for Shedeur Sanders. I feel like Shedeur Sanders should go a little bit later in the draft, but I fuck with Shedeur. Like, but if you take him early, you giving him a chance to fail high as fuck. Then they talk about Jackson Dart moving up in the draft. And I got love for Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart has talent. Yo, not in no first round, bro. Back then, in Deion's prime, they was taking quarterbacks high as shit that did not fucking deserve to be there. And, like, I want y'all to take a walk with Little Trey. Yo, when the Raiders got Jay Schrader from USC, and that wasn't the only USC bust they got, because they had Tom Marinovich too. I thought Jay Schrader was, I got a Jay Schrader not upper deck card. Maybe it was a Topps card. I forget what it was. I had a Jay Schrader card. I used to look at that card every day as a young boy. I wasted so much fucking time as a kid looking at that fucking card, bro. I could have been doing something else, doing push-ups or squats or jumping off something so I could jump high like John Moran. I'm looking at a fucking Jay Schrader card. That's how much they used to cap up these fucking trash-ass quarterbacks, bro. Asante Samuel faced way better quarterback talent than Deion Sanders, and I'm still not taking Asante Samuel over Deion Sanders. That's not what this video is about. But when y'all on social media, or like even Shannon Sharp, who's going to fucking coon for anything old school, when y'all act like Asante Samuel don't got the right to feel that way, y'all fucking crazy, bro. Deion had that swag, and probably nobody in the league ever gonna have that swag like Deion. Yo, some of these corners were legendary, and they got a right to feel how they feel when in comparison to Deion Sanders, bro. Gotta put respect. Asante Samuel had a run in this league. I think Asante Samuel played good with the Eagles too. He wasn't the same player on the Patriots. Asante Samuel was excellent in the. You still got elite corner play right now. I'm not saying this dude is better than Deion Sanders, but you got to give credit where credit is due. And people don't watch football and they lie. So when these conversations come up like Asante Samuel, Deion Sanders, these niggas not watching football. Yo, you got Stephon Gilmore in the league right now, 35 years old. Yo, corners don't even be that old no more. Stephon Gilmore probably still get a job in the league. He gonna get league minimum. Stephon Gilmore has been a shutdown corner damn near my whole life, bro. And on the back end his career, he went to the Cowboys and still was a formidable corner. It's too hard. Like, if somebody argues that Darrelle Revis is better than Deion Sanders, yo, you can argue it, but it's no point to argue it. When somebody says, yo, and like I said, this ain't a Jordan versus LeBron comparison, because people so stuck in their ways, they're never going to think this. Once you get to a certain age demographic, they not going to think anybody's ever better than Jordan. And all they got, like, when they talk about Jordan, just remember, they only talking about 6 seasons. Not talking about his whole career. When they talk about LeBron, they talking about how LeBron decided to go to the Heat. Wouldn't you want to leave a job that sucks? I'm not trying to make this a Jordan and LeBron. Like, do y'all know the history of LeBron with the Cavaliers? Carlos Boozer was a free agent. LeBron asked to get Carlos Boozer. They said no. Amari Stoudemire was a free agent. He asked to get Amari Stoudemire and say no. Why would you stay there? And it ain't like if you really watch ball pre-injury, Amari Stoudemire was that bull. Carlos Boozer was like a formidable ass player. Like, these ain't no bumps. He actually got 2 twin sons. One of the sons is real nice. Like, LeBron asking for that shit, and he couldn't get it. And I had to watch niggas be mad that he left. You niggas is retarded. Y'all think that a motherfucker is like, it's like a slave ass mentality. I feel like I'm touching all over, but it's a slave ass mentality. Like, well, you were drafted there, so you have to stay at that team. Get the fuck out of here, bro. These niggas be terrible. Like, yo, I'm a Cowboys fan. Yo, Jerry Jones has been doing a shit job with the Cowboys. I'm not mad at no Cowboys. DeMarcus Ware, one of the greatest Cowboys players I ever seen. I'm not saying he better than Charles Haley when Charles Haley was on the team. Like, DeMarcus Ware was drafted by the Cowboys, played damn near his whole career with the Cowboys, went to the Broncos, got a ring. You think I got hate for DeMarcus Ware? I fucking love that DeMarcus Ware got a ring. Yo, he probably should have left earlier if he could have, bro. Because the Cowboys was wasting a Hall of Fame. DeMarcus Ware was like, if you didn't pay for NFL Sunday ticket, like my degenerate ass, you wouldn't know how dominant DeMarcus Ware was, bro. He just wouldn't. And that's why I was so happy that he went and got a ring. But like, don't let these old niggas lie to y'all, bro. Shannon Sharpe is a Hall of Famer. Shannon Sharpe was a dope-ass tight end. Shannon Sharpe, as a podcaster, yo, he's a fucking vulturous type nigga that asks stupid-ass questions, and he's a fucking coon, bro. And he love LeBron how I love LeBron. That don't mean you're not a coon, bro. He's a fucking coon. Of course, he kept it real when he said, yo, Asante Samuel, like, you was nice, like, you was the man, but like, it's rooms in the Hall of Fame. You on the outside looking in, yo, Asante Samuel is one of the greatest corners that ever lived. Don't let nobody tell y'all different, bro. Think about right now, we got a bunch of corners in the league. I fuck with J.C. Horn. It's a bunch of corners that I fuck with. Oh, what's my young boy in the Broncos? I can't think of his name right now. I'm off this mix train, but it's dope corners in the league right now, bro. Don't get it fucked up. Asante Samuel in any era of football could keep up with Deion Sanders, bro, on the field. Is Deion gonna get a pick and hold that motherfucker up and high step and make that shit look crazy wavy? Yes, he is. Don't you fucking think Asante Samuel not gonna get that pick? And when I say Deion gonna hold that bitch up and high step and score and get that pick 6, you know who else gonna do that? You know who else did that? You know, like, real football junkies watch do that? He ain't hold that motherfucker high, and he did not high step. Asante Samuel was a walking pick 6. I just watched. You know what's crazy about it? So pre-injury, Trayvon Diggs was looking like a lockdown corner. I'm not saying Trayvon Diggs was ever a lockdown corner. Trayvon Diggs was really, really fucking good, bro. Trayvon Diggs and more recently, DaRon Bland with the Cowboys. If you're a Cowboys fan, you know DaRon Bland. He's struggling off injury. We hope he come back. Whatever. The run that DaRon Bland had that one season, and I think he definitely made the Pro Bowl. I don't know if he made All-Pro. Yo, that was Asante Samuel multiple seasons, bro. DaRon Bland had like 6 pick 6s, some shit like that. Yo, that bull, Asante Samuel, every time he picked it off, we thought it was a pick 6, bro. We can't let Nike marketing, and this is why You gotta think about it. Like, this is years. A lot of culture, like, I'm not gonna disrespect everybody older than me, but a lot of the culture y'all see now comes from the 90s. You know what I mean? Nike can't push that shit no more because the shit that they pushed then, they reaping the benefits now. So they can't really push nobody like that. So now the coolest thing to do is to tear niggas down and compare who's the greatest, who's the greatest, who's the greatest. You know what I mean? LeBron was on Pat McAfee. He said Giannis will have 250 points in it. I think he said 70s or 80s. It don't even matter. He would have had it in 70s, 80s. Yo, he's right. You know who else would have did that? Some of y'all young niggas might know. David Robinson was that nigga too, bro. I know I'm all over the place, but like, sports debates are so toxic because it literally is about opinions for the most part. When you talking the greatest of the great, it's the, like, Jerry Rice got Super Bowls. Jerry Rice, great wide receiver, one of the greatest of all time. Some people feel like he the greatest of all time. Yo, y'all, when we talking about the greatest wide receivers of all time, we really gonna put Jerry Rice comfortably over Calvin Johnson because Calvin Johnson was never in a position to get a Super Bowl? Now, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. We all watch Megatron play. I'm not with that. Was Jerry Rice ahead of his time when it came to pure grade A route running? Grade A route running. Grade A hands. Grade A footwork. Yes. No Diddy, Megatron was grade A. The nigga was the grade A. He was the letter A, bro. Did Megatron have the route running of Jerry Rice? Fuck no. He ain't have to. He was 6'5", 230 and ran a 4.28. He just coke niggas. It's the same thing. Like, Jerry Rice, route running, grade A. Randy Moss, route running, was it grade A? I watched Randy Moss since Marshall. Was it grade A? No. Did it have to be grade A? No, because he was just a man. The same argument that people are having about cornerbacks, you could have with wide receivers. Once you get to you know what's crazy? Nike never had a crazy marketing campaign for no wide receivers back then. It probably would have been Michael Irvin, but he was... Shout out to my nigga CD Lamb. You can't even wipe your nose in the league no more, but my boy Michael Irvin was off that cocaine. They probably would have pushed his ass. I know Deion was off that too, but he was still partying and doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, bro, once you get to these top level quarterbacks and these top level wide receivers and these top level running backs and these top level cornerbacks and these top level defensive ends, it is too hard to pick who is the best. That's why the best case scenario is not to have an argument where you got to discredit someone else's greatness. Just put them on a tier and then say why you like this player versus that player. That's it, bro.